My dad's mom was a widow, and she went to live again with her father. My dad was a small boy, and he was out in the fields, just for whatever field it was, corn or whatever. And he was apparently a very big man. He was more of a Spaniard, and he had a big, like a handlebar mustache. And he was out in the fields, and he had a machete that he was working out. And here come these two Anglo guys, as he called them, two gringos, coming, and then he was surprised because they spoke English, or Spanish rather, and they were talking about the church. And he says, look, I don't know anything about the Bible, but if you go to this certain house, my brother lives there. Now, he does know about the Bible. If he agrees to talk to you, then you come back to me. If he doesn't, he says, don't even bother. And he pulled out his machete. And he was a pretty tough guy, apparently. And, well, his brother agreed, and he became a member of the church, so most of the family was baptized. And that uncle became the first branch president in Mexico. Well, Piedras Negras is a small town in Mexico. And then that particular uncle spoke English, and he helped translate the Doctrine and Covenants into Spanish. And apparently was a very strong man and very good, devout, of course, a member of the church. And my grandma was baptized, and my dad was baptized, and he was young. My dad remembers that when he came to San Antonio, and then he joined the military during the war, my grandma would send him the Book of Mormon, or when he would come to visit her on leave or whatever, she'd pack his clothes, and there was always a Book of Mormon in there. And so when he finally, years later, got together with my mom, and missionaries went to La Mesa, Texas, he says, hey, I know about this church. And then he remembered, and that's how it started. And so we came down to San Antonio, and my mom was baptized in the first little branch here in San Antonio. It was Spanish speaking. It was a mission. And from then on, we've been active members of the church. And my dad was like the third branch president, Spanish speaking, here in San Antonio. And baptized me and my sisters and brothers. And so we're all members of the church.